for tuning in to the Organically Blunt Show, a show dedicated to cannabis and the lifestyle that surrounds it, including cultivation, business, music, food, and everything in between. If you like this podcast, be sure to subscribe and follow us. The content on this show is strictly for educational purposes only. Some things on this show may be considered harmful to some. Organically Blunt does not endorse any harmful activity. If you're not 18 or older, please exit now. This episode of Organically Blunt is brought to you by Grow Strong Industries. For over 20 years, Grow Strong Industries has been engineering the absolute best grow equipment in the industry with trustworthy brands. Awarded 24 Gear of the Year awards. Brands like Gorilla Grow Tint, Kind LED Grow Lights, Lotus Nutrients, and Super Closet, which were created by growers for growers. We believe growing food and plant medicine is a human right. Our goal is to help people achieve health and independence through our products, education, and support. Start growing strong today. Visit growingstrongindustries.com and use discount code Organically Blunt, all one word.
Welcome to the Organically Blunt Show, gentlemen. My name is Jay Blade. I'm your host. And tonight we have Greenroom Gardens on here from Muskegon, Michigan. We have some great gentlemen here that have been in the game for a long time, and we're going to let them introduce themselves. How y'all doing tonight?
All right. Great.
Town one.
Definitely. So we're going to start from my right going over. We're going to go with Mr. Gentleman with the green hat and the glasses to my right. That's you.
All of us.
I'm not good with names, so you're going to have to bear with me here. I meet a lot of people on a weekly and daily basis. So with that being said, I'll let you guys take the reins, introduce yourself, talk about what you do with the company, and we'll go from there.
Well, I'm Creighton Goins. I'm the Chief Technical Officer. So I'm the gadgets guy. I handle, lighting, controllers, all that kind of good stuff. Been in the caregiver game since 2009, so we've been at this a while.
Definitely. I've been a patient that long, so it's been a long time for me too. Definitely. So, and now the next gentleman, that looks like the gentleman standing out in the garden out there. That's the man doing all the work right there.
Right, baby. What's up, y'all? I'm Dries Golden, CEO. I just like, I like to grow, make connections, make relationships. I'm proud of my team. I got Creighton, I got Marcus. He's going to introduce himself. It's plenty of other members to this team, but like Creighton said, we've been members of the medical arena for a long time now, since the beginning. We've done marijuana clinics, getting certifications. We did caregivers. We did home deliveries, compassion clubs. Man, we've been doing it all for a long time, man. So it's just really, really good to be here in this space, man, still, and able to do what we do.
Definitely. And what makes it great for me is you guys are from my hometown. I mean, from the ski, man. I mean, let's put this on the map.
Local team, baby. The local
definitely.
team.
Listen, let's keep this real. Local 231, no BS. Yeah. Migrated here, born and raised, baby. Let's give it up for that, man. Born and raised.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now the next gentleman, he's like me. He's got the beard.
How you doing? I'm Marcus Collins. I've been in the caregiver game for a while. I'm the compliance manager / grower, so we all grow. I actually been on the retail end when it first hit in Muskegon in 2019. So I work with a company called Cannabis. So I'm on the compliance end. So I take care of most of all the compliance, making sure that we is in compliance with the state.
Definitely. That's awesome. And a lot of us, we came from when before we had these compliances and rules and stuff. And a lot of us, a lot of people are like, man, I don't support that side no more. And like I told a lot of people, sometimes you got to go by the rules to play the way we want to play, and you guys are a prime example of that. We've got some people in here that that are in the chat here talking to us, saying weed nerd for life, and we've had a lot of other channels that are actually right here from this area that a lot of people don't even know about. I don't know if you guys heard about Cannabis Lifestyle TVs, but as soon as they heard that you guys were on, they were like, "Let's rep Muskegon. Let's let people know who we are."
Yeah, they
Definitely.
responded right away. And the thing is, man, actually, man, it's really, an honor to even be standing here, even having this conversation, and talking about what we're doing, because, going through what we went through in the black market, man, and overcoming all the obstacles we had to go through, it's really, it ain't nothing short of a miracle story. You know what I mean? It's like we can tell y'all, episode after episode of things that could have, stopped us from moving. And I got to give a shout out to the team again, man. I got a resilient group of guys, dude. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Now I don't mean to cut you guys off, but I got to bring up a little story off your guys' name. It strikes a memory with me, and I'm going to see if any of you guys can relate to this. This is a Muskegon memory here. Now, I've been involved in entertainment in Muskegon County for over 25 years, doing different charitable events and organizations, promoting, marketing, just working with the clubs, working with the events, working with different artists. Now, you guys know where the chicken coop is. I know you do.
Right.
Now you got the building.
That's us.
The building right before it. One building down, the door.
That's us.
A lot of money. Back in the day, I'm thinking that was y'all because I was sitting in that studio back in the day.
Of course,
and you guys had the soundboard that was huge. I mean,
okay. Here's the story. We had a recording studio there called Greenroom Recording Studio. My brother, we put some work. We had a state-of-the-art studio. Was in the community with policing. As you know, we had a lot of the bands playing there.
Yeah.
We had big bands. Yeah, we were booked out every weekend. Business was going great. All of a sudden, we started having break-ins, man. Went to the police department, went to the city.
Man.
Nobody could help us out with it. So our business suffered from that. We had a real recording studio. Right now, our city needs it, So, long story short, man, we had to shut down. So, Greenroom Recordings to Greenroom Gardens.
I knew there had to be a connection. I just had that feeling because I'm like, man, because I used to run a website here called Michigan Evening Now. We grew so big. We had over 10,000 followers. I mean, and we were working with Clear Channel, which is iHeart now, and basically, I remember sitting down in you guys' studio. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Slime at the time, and we chopped
Big
it up.
Everybody.
Yep. I knew it, man. The town gets smaller by the day.
So, but you know what? Shout out to my boy Will Janab. He was the engineer back at the time, the white boy, the only white boy out there that was in there with all these gangsters. You know what I'm saying? And he watched us start growing from the recording to the weed. And when we started the new company, of course he's a part of the company. You know what I'm saying? We keeping it real. Everybody from day one. And he was like, man, we got to stick with the name. I was like, you know what, Will? We're going to stick with the name, Greenroom Gardens. So shout out to Will, man. Thank you, brother.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, and in this area, it's well known. I mean, especially if you grew up I grew up in the Chilla Fertilla, the Slime Money, the Royal Fam, back in the day type stuff. Yeah. I mean, and a lot of people look at me, and they're like, well, he don't look like that type of person. Well,
Check this out.
Man. That,
when you talk about Slime Money,
Yep.
Come on, baby. That came out the Greenroom Recording Studio. That was the banner, baby.
That was the banner for everything working.
Come on, man. We've been doing this, dog. This 231 for real, baby, and you know this.
Definitely. So let me ask you all. Let's start with some normal rundown questions here. We'll just get the ball rolling with you guys. Kind of feel you out with the audience and everything. So we're gonna start with each one of you. We'll have each one of you answer we call it the basic rundown of questions here. And the first one is how old were you guys when you tried cannabis, and where'd you get it? You know, a lot of people we hear so many interesting stories. We got to hear it. You know.
Go ahead, Craig.
Let's see. How old was I when I first tried cannabis? I was probably 13, 14-ish with my boy Ramon De La Rosa. Rest in peace to my homie. You know, that was my guy. So, you know, we grew up together. So we kind of tried everything together. And it's about that time when I guess I really started getting into the black market back then. You know, I would drop packages off from my auntie, and
yep.
One day I looked inside and it had some weed in it. So I took a little pinch, and me and my boy got some papers and rolled it up, and that's how the adventure began.
Yep.
Pretty much me.
We lost Marcus there. I think he might have popped out. He might be coming back though.
That's the comeback kid. Pretty much same for me. You know, me and Creighton, we got the same father. You know what I'm saying? And my dad used to have garbage bags of that stuff, man. You know, and I used to hit the closet, you know what I'm saying? And
yep.
The hood, you know what I mean? And, you know, smoke. You know, I'm talking, man. Cannabis out for real. This ain't no lie. I don't even know my life without cannabis. Yeah, and everybody don't know me without knowing me in cannabis. And that's real shit right there. I'm gonna smoke to that.
Definitely. Me too.
I don't know my life without cannabis, bro. For real, man. For real.
Right.
I've been joints in high school, junior high. Like, it makes, you know, it's a wonder drug. And you know what? I've been going to jail. I done did a lot of bids, man. You know, and lost a lot of opportunities, jobs, and everything, because of what I believe in with this plan. You know what I'm saying? And I took a lot of hits, man. You know, and a lot of us have taken hits also. So, you know, what we doing right now, you know, I tell the guys all the time, this ain't just for us. You know what I'm saying? This for all, you know, everybody in the community who been disadvantaged by this prohibition, man, who been set back. You know what I'm saying? And what we want to do is take what we learning, the laws and regulations, and learn it, understand it, comprehend it, so we can give it back, you know what I'm saying, to help other people have wealth, other people have some good paying jobs, you know what I'm saying, and get something back to their homes, man, because we all been affected in one way or another. If it wasn't you, your parents, you know what I'm saying, or a son, you know what I mean, somebody either way hit your pockets in one way or another will set you back. So we glad to be a part of this, man, and be able to and help make it right. That's what we on.
Definitely. And our community, and you know, it's turned real green here. And I'm proud to say that, because we're finally putting ourselves on the map for something in this industry. And we need that, you know. And you guys, you know,
ain't with it though, bro.
We lost them. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's out in his he has a secondary garage.
Hey, if the service ain't good, sometimes it happens. I understand. But the good thing with the link is they should be able to pop right back in. There he is. Yep.
There he is.
I'm good. Now, see, my wife out of town and my kids keep FaceTiming me, man. They, you know what I'm saying? That's probably gonna hit again. So, but the thing is, like I was saying, what are they doing to get back to the folks of this community? Y'all ain't here raking up our dollars, drawing lines to come buy your product. Everybody got good product. Everybody can get good deals. Ask these people what they doing with them dollars. What they doing to get back to y'all. We finna
Yep.
we are got a partnership locked in with the city to give back, to get y'all training, to get y'all these jobs. You see what I'm saying? We got other
Definitely.
things where we can get people opportunities and jobs, first chance. Like we setting up a lot of stuff, man, to try to put wealth and finances back in your homes. Ask these people what they doing with y'all bread. Don't just be no customers. Don't be no consumers. Like what we
Right.
doing, we trying to do something to help y'all. Like so, join the GRG team. This ain't even about us. Like this, well, everything that we doing is to get back to you guys. Like we from here. We understand. We got them
Definitely.
same struggles. We got them same problems. I know it's hard for y'all to get into business. I know what y'all got to go through. It's almost impossible. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yep.
So we got
That's probably why I started this. I wanted in the industry, and I'm like, well, if I can't find an opportunity, I'm gonna make one. Cause here
you
I
feel
am.
me? Flat
Yep.
out, bro.
Yep. Yep.
So we got passion behind it. I know y'all can go get it cheaper sometimes. You
Yep.
know, I dig it. But the thing that we trying to do is help you to get your own, like to go out into
Definitely.
the world and be entrepreneurs. This is new to the world. With y'all getting this training, man, and having this certificate signed by the governor, you can go across the nation, man, to a state that's just opening and has no idea what to do and be the man.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
wealth.
Exactly.
$150,000 your jobs off the bat. So ask these people what they doing with your dollars before you go spend it with them.
Yep. And you guys aren't the first ones we've dealt with. I mean, you are as far as the first like brick and mortar in this city. I'll give you that. You guys have gotten that. We've talked to a few others, but I've shied away, because when I have a conversation with a company and I realize that they don't know anything about the plant, they don't touch the plant themselves. They lost my respect, and I hate to put it that way, but I feel that you should have somebody that has the knowledge and the passion behind it, like you guys do, if you're going to be successful. Because
Well,
otherwise,
that's
you're just an investor. You're not a true
that's what
grower.
most and see that here's the thing. A lot of people were saying that before we got started, and they was doubting us. And here's
Yep.
the thing, that's just the thing that gave me and my brother the confidence to keep going, because we know the business from A to Z. We've done the business for years. We
Yep.
understand the true cost. They were trying to scare us off with how much it costs to get a facility going, and you know what I mean? It's like we just kept going because we actually have the experience. We're growers. We've built out facilities before. We ran them, right? Opposed to these other guys that's just coming in with their money and calling themselves CEOs. That's the
Yep.
class having with the employees, their growers, right? And with the community, because they really don't understand. We really understand, you guys, and that's why we want to make this thing work for y'all too. That's why we so inclusive. Why y'all think we be on Facebook and Instagram showing y'all everything? Most people don't do that
Right.
because we
No.
do it
Right.
ourselves. We built it all ourselves. Like we want y'all to be a part of this, man. We're gonna show y'all everything. So join the
Yeah.
GRG team, the green team, the winning team. Like this
Hell
ground up
yeah.
and this homegrown. You like, I feel so happy for us. I'm just telling you, like, I'm excited for my team. Like they deserve this, bro.
And
Definitely.
it's
Definitely. Definitely.
it's one of those things, like, if people don't appreciate that, um, there's opportunities out here, right, to work with local companies, right? So let's use this for an example, right? So in our grow, right, our dirt is sourced from a Michigan company. Our nutrients is sourced from a Michigan company.
Everything,
The,
bro.
the
Wow.
lights that we use, they're built in Tennessee, but engineered by a man right here in Michigan.
For
So,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? We put money in our own people's pocket, right? It's not going to California or Colorado or
Man,
none of
that's
these other
impressive.
states.
Right back to the ski, man. Everything. That's what we saying. Like
Definitely.
everything was
Definitely.
sourced right here in
Yep.
town. Even work, like like the construction work, the supplies, like as much as we can, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, we just want y'all to understand and watch this, because every business that idea that you trying to do, if you was able to get with the right team and apply the same type of process and procedures, whatever it is you're trying to do, it can be done, no matter how small or how big it is. I had a guy ask me in my class reunion, one of my homeboys, he was like, I know you didn't have to televise this the way you did, but why did you? I'm going to tell you, Tay. The reason why is because I want everybody to see that whatever it is that you want to be done can be done. If you get you a good team, y'all stick together, find a good plan, work it hard every day, and don't quit and give up on each other. If you do that every day, you're going to have your plan succeed. That's why. We were told every day that we couldn't do this. Every day it can't happen. You know what I'm saying? But this can happen, guys, and it's not too late. We can't even do everything. The reason why I'm still televising is because we want to get the dispensary, we want to get the processing center, we want to get the other growth facility, we want to get the lounge, we want to do the school, the transportation, the security. We need your dollars. Come on in. Let's do it. Let's get money together. If we don't do it, somebody else gonna come in and do it. So we using our platform to invite everybody in this community in. This ain't over. I heard a couple guys come to me, y'all took off on us and left us. No, we ain't. I'm still on here saying, what's up?
Right, exactly. Yep. Well, and like we've said, you know, we say over here at Organically Blunt, you know, there's enough chairs around the table for everybody to pull up and have a plate. I mean, you just got to be willing to pull up the chair.
Man,
we got to put in a little bit of work.
Exactly. Yep. You pulled the chair off for us, and here we are. We sitting down.
That's how
it's damn straight.
Anybody want to sit down and talk? Let's sit down and talk, man. Like this, especially from around here, dude. Like we really for real.
Man.
We know you can go again. We know y'all can go get that other product other places, but listen, let's work with our own and build our own. This is our place. Y'all deserve it. We gonna do it right. Your product gonna be right. The price is gonna be right. The opportunities for jobs gonna be there. The opportunities for investment is here. Let's work together.
Definitely. Yeah. You know, so back to some of our questions. We'll keep kind of cannabis related too a little bit.
Okay.
If you guys had a preferred way to consume it, is it flower? Is it concentrates? Is it dabs? Are you guys strictly flower? You know, a lot of people would like to know where you guys come from and how you like to consume it. Our audience is like, well, are they flower guys or are they dab guys? Are they concentrate guys?
Well, I got two favorite ways. You want to go first? Oh, I go first. It's up to you.
You know, it's everything. Rooter to the tutor.
Me, I'm a little more selective, right? I like my old school joint or cone because I like the flavor of papers. But then, you know, I like my vape pen because, you know, it's portable. I can take it with me.
Yep.
I mean, I like a good edible too, as long as you don't overdo it.
Yep. Definitely. So if you guys could smoke with anybody dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Dead or alive?
Looks like we lost. Yep, there he is. Yep, dead or alive, anybody. I mean, you know, we just want to know if you could smoke with anybody.
I got to choose one though.
Well, it's just a question, I guess. But yeah, I guess you could say
if I had to choose one, I would choose Pac. But if I had my choice, I would like to have a session with Pac and Biggie at the same time. You know what I mean?
Well, hell yeah, definitely.
I think that would be epic. They'd probably smoke me under the table, but you know.
Hey, I'm waiting. You know, we're working our way up the ladder. You know, we're meeting a lot of cool guests ourselves over here, and one of my personal ones is Snoop Dogg. You know, if I ever get, but here's the thing. You know, I've heard from other shows and talked to people that have met him, and they say, you hand him the blunt, he ain't handed it back.
No,
and I'm like,
back.
Man, I can see that.
I mean, I've met Snoop before in our musical travels. I never really had the chance to just sit down and smoke with him, but I seen him in action. Yeah, once that thing go to Snoop, it ain't coming back. You might as well roll up. But that's why, like, they be having like 8, 9, 10 in rotation. Like, whoa.
Yeah, he's got a guy. I just talked to another guy from another show that we deal with, and he's got a guy. He pays 50. Well, last I knew it was 50 grand a year just to roll his joints every day.
Yep.
I'm like, man, I would love it. They're per too, so they're perfect.
It's a hell of a job, ain't it?
Oh, I wouldn't complain one bit. Definitely. It looks like we lost him. He might have had his kids calling in, but we'll keep the show rolling. And if he pops back in, we'll just roll with it. But
He could
definitely.
have. I know Marcus' phone died, so I sent him the link on Messenger. He was on.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We're here all night we'll let you guys shoot it up as much as you want. We're going to be heading down to an event ourselves this weekend. We're going down to the Big Cloud Farms. It's called the Cure Michigan Cup, and we're going to be hanging out with the Cottonmouth Kings this weekend. And
Okay.
hopefully we get a chance to interview them and stuff. We work with them pretty closely. They're pretty big on the legislation and spreading the message and the news across the state too. So tomorrow's like the whole learning day, and then the second day is your music and your fire dancers. Oh, it's amazing, definitely. And we'll spread the message about you guys down there. You guys are a hometown, and
We appreciate it. We appreciate
everywhere.
it.
Definitely.
Idris says he's trying to get back in.
Oh man, I hope he can. I don't know how it works on the other side of things. On my side, it's like a whole control panel. So it's got like everything on here. Like I control the chat, the design, all that. So I try to keep it rolling here, but I'm still learning everything myself. So it's definitely been a learning curve because we started out as audio only, which was easy for me.
Yep.
And then everybody's like, well, throw in the video, you'll get more people. And I'm like, well, that's great, but I'm not a video person, but we'll give it a shot, definitely. So here I am. And yeah, I don't think he's in yet. I don't know if he just didn't get a stable connection or what, but definitely. Yeah, I don't see it on there. But so we'll keep things rolling, and if they pop back in, we'll ask them the same questions as we ask you. If you had a go-to munchie, what would you say it would be when you're consuming and you're feeling good, and you just want something to munch on? What do you go to?
I'm eating chips right now.
All right. Hell yeah. Hey, everybody's got something, me, it's Little Debbie's, everybody's definitely got something they like, and
I'm
everything.
A big fan of Little Debbie's now. The zebra rolls,
Yeah,
zebra
definitely.
cakes, oatmeal pie, banana twins, big fan.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. So where did you guys get your start, like in the growing industry? Did you guys just decide to go all in, or did you start with like a small micro license? Or I guess I'm new to this, so I kind of walk me through how the process was for you guys a little bit.
Well, if you go back to when we were at the building, to the recording studio, we had things happen, some equipment got stolen. And so we expected that the insurance company was going to pay us, quickly, and we'll be able to get some more equipment and get back rolling. And that didn't happen. Right. So, I got a mortgage to pay on this building. I mean,
yeah.
What can we do? So, funny story. We went out and bought one of these super closets. I don't know if you remember the old super closet gank move. They sell you basically it's a locker, a high school locker with a couple lights and fans in it, and they tell you can grow up to a pound in that. And how you gonna grow a pound in there? It ain't even big enough. But when you don't know, I mean, we spent like $1,600. Me, Dries, and a partner of ours, we all pitched in and bought this locker, and then it wasn't big enough to do nothing with. So we paid people to show us how to. I mean, we started with deep water culture.
Yep,
Right.
that's where I started.
Yeah. So we started with deep water culture, had tremendous amount of success our first run, but then, you know, we spent a bunch of time trying to chase that success because we could never duplicate that result.
Right.
So a lot of trial and error. We paid people to show us, you know, growing techniques. They basically ripped us off, sold us bad clones. You know, just the whole nine.
Yep.
Right?
Man.
So after that period, I mean, we went through some rough times. You know, brother went to jail. I went to jail. So when I got out of jail, you know, he was selling cars. You know, so we you know, he got me in on the car game.
Yep.
And so that's when rec became legal. All right. So I said every day, look, man, we got to get a license. We got to get a license. We got to get a license. So we started digging into the paperwork and going through it. And, you know, we did our whole pre-qualification. We did it ourselves. You know, at first we wanted to do a micro business. You know, it'd be cool to have, you know, your own little shop.
Yeah.
Grow it, you sell it. I mean, sound like a dream to me.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
You know, the problem is you know how all the zoning shaked out in the buildings. You know, so by that time, you know, people already knew where the zone was going to be. They done bought up all the buildings.
Yep.
So we couldn't find a home for our micro business.
Man. And I just met the owner of the first micro business here in town. I delivered lunch. I delivered lunch to him. I ain't gonna say any names because we got some things in the works. I'm sure you know who we're talking about, though.
Yeah, I do.
Yep. And
we have mutual friends in common. So yeah,
okay.
I know who you're talking about.
Well, we're gonna do a tour with them just to see what it's like. You know, I've never seen that side of things, and we're gonna record it and put it on video and stuff. But I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet. You know, until I finalize things. They're about to harvest their first harvest.
Yep,
so
they are. Yep. Yeah, like I said, we got mutual friends. I haven't met him or his team, but we have a mutual friend in common, so I know of them.
Congratulations to you guys, man. I know it's been a long journey, man, because I know our own road we traveled. So congratulations. We need to link up because we definitely respect you.
Big shout out to those guys, especially where they at.
Brothers, man, too.
What they had to do to get going there. So
you ain't lying, definitely. Yeah, they're great. They're great people. Their hospitality is great. You know, I just, like I told him, I said I ain't gonna mention you guys' name until we finalize everything and we make sure everything's going. And
100. But yeah, I definitely know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's gonna be cool because, you know, on the flip, like we've been telling the audience a little bit, you know, they maintain some of the architecture of the era of the building they're in. So it plays homage to a lot of people in that area too, because that area of town was like the steel mill part of town, and to have that, it's something different. Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, right? Because we talked about local ownership, and we talked about, you know, people coming in from out of town.
Yep.
And they don't bring the culture with them, right?
Right.
They're not knowledgeable on the business. They're not knowledgeable on the plant, and they don't understand the culture, right? And that's a big part of this industry, right? I'd rather go shop somewhere that has some culture, that has
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You know, and where your guys' products in Bellaso, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
You know, that's the first dispensary I purchased from in this county. You know, and I don't go there a lot, and I don't go to a lot of them. And I'll admit, I go undercover and I'll sample a few around town just to see what they have. You know. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yep, and I don't let them know who I am, but then we get to talking, and you know, I drop a business card, and they're like, "Oh, we got to check your show out," you know, and it's like, yeah, you know, and you know, my next step, I want to get back to the bud tenders. So, you know, we're going to try to reach out to the local bud tenders, and I want to hear I want to have them share the life in the shoes of a bud tender, and we'd like to do an episode on that. You know, we want to give everybody in the industry a chance to kind of explain how it is to be in that position for a day, you know, a little bit, you know.
Y'all gonna have to come to the school, man, and
definitely,
record the students getting their hands-on experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's gonna be quite an experience too, dude. I can't wait for that to get jumping, which is gonna be soon. So if you live in the city of Muskegon, I'm gonna put it out here right now. If you live in the city of Muskegon, for right now, only the city of Muskegon. Now anybody can get the class, but you got to pay. It's $5,000. But it's not just a class. I got to stop saying class. It's a school. You're going to get certification from seed to sale in the whole process. We talking metric training, everything. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that's working in dispensaries right now that don't know how to work the metric system. For those who don't know what metric is, the metric is the heart and brain system of this whole process with the state and the regulation. Every business has to have someone working that metric and be fluent in it.
Yep.
So a lot of these people working in these places, and they ain't letting them touch, the managers ain't letting them touch that metric because that's their prestige. Like, I know how to work the metric, right?
Right.
Y'all. So the class $5,000, but it's from the rooter to the tutor, and it's a signed, sealed, delivered from the state of Michigan. You know what I mean? A piece of paper where you could take wherever you want. Now, again, I'm going to say this one more time. There's a lot of places that's just now getting established. They don't have a clue on what to do. Imagine you walking through the door with that. Okay.
Man.
So the second thing is, but if you're in the city of Muskegon and you get in contact with us, we can probably more than likely get this class, this school for you for free. Right now.
I'd be impressed. I'd love that. I'd do it myself.
Right now, we got 12 free slots. We still a few short, but once we do this first class, the city is willing to sit down with us and expand that so we can do more. So we want to hurry up, fill that up, and we're going to be doing this in the next week or two. So it's but what we want to do, if you want to get in, contact us now some type of way, do your due diligence, and we'll get you on the list for the next class.
Definitely. That's awesome. We got some friends, you know, they're out from California. They're a rapping group. They're known by the Mendo Dope Boys. They do a class at their farm too. And I'm, you know, to see the steam rolling forward on that and the re-education part. And they explained to me how they do it up, because I was like, well, it's got to be super long, you know, but the way they speed it up with the clones and the cuttings and the seedlings. And I'm like, man, that is impressive.
Well, the perfect place to do it is in a grow facility, because you get to go to the different areas and the different stages of the game without them having to wait to see it.
Definitely.
I could take them from the clone area to the veg area to the harvest area to the dry area, right? And it's all be in rotation and ready for them to go at any given time.
Well, definitely. And I think that would be very beneficial. Like I said, we wanted to do a bud tenders episode. I think it would be beneficial for them and for these local companies to invest in their employees and put them in this program, because the problem that I'm running across and that I've determined, and this is just from my standpoint, so don't take any offense to this, is the bud tenders are selling based off of THC percentage.
Yes, I knew you were going.
Wait.
They're not selling off of trichomes or nothing.
But that's because the owners tell them that. The owners tell them that, and the owners don't know cock diggly do.
Right. Yep.
It's more than
that's the whole point of education.
Yeah. Like I walked into I won't say the name, but I walked in where I get a good deal sometimes here in town when I'm between harvests. And I asked the bud tender behind the counter, I said, "Can I see the harvest date on the bag?" And they said, "Why?" I said, "Well, I want to make sure I'm getting something fresh." And they said, "Okay." And they bring it over. And I said, "You're telling me this stuff was packaged a year ago?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "I'm good. I don't want this. I'm good." Yeah.
What's
Yep.
terpenes?
Thing, most of these
Right.
owners, they hand that down. Most of these owners hand that process down, and I get irritated when I walk in the dispensary and this is 30% THC. I'm like, I don't care about that. What's the terp?
No, right.
How does it taste, man? I'm okay with 16% THC, to be honest.
Yep.
Because if
I had
I think
16 that
16
tastes like
is
a
about
pop.
5% terps.
Right.
I want to enjoy it. Do I want to hurry up and go fire this up first thing in the morning? You feel me?
Right.
And it tastes nasty like medicine and all that. I'm good.
Right. I mean, just because it's 30%, and when I take a draw off it, I don't want it to taste like a permanent markers in my mouth. You know, I'd rather have it taste like something fruity, gassy, something.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is something we do, like when we go on our little tours and visit facilities.
Yep.
We'll stop at the local dispensary, we'll buy something, and we'll roll it up, and we'll try it out on the way back. And we done rolled down the window and threw your product out the window because
that's right.
Yep.
Do some shit out the window. I ain't even aired. We recorded. I ain't aired it yet because I wanted to wait to get my license. I ain't want to piss nobody off until we did it.
Right. Right.
But yeah.
Well, don't care how strong it is. If it tastes like chalk,
happening.
I've left some bad reviews. I won't say names on a couple because I'm guessing Google must be the thing that people don't like you to review on around here because they don't like it. And I left a bad one, and one of the one literally right down the street. I won't say any names, but you guys are friends with them. I know you are. And I found a seed in my bag, and I'm like, I just paid premium for this, and I got a seed in my bag. And the guy, I put that on my review, and even took pictures. And I'm in top 10, not to boast, but I'm in top 10 in this area for restaurant reviews. And and my photography, because I've been a photographer for so long, has over 3 million views. So I get a lot of people that check in on my stuff, and they're like, oh no, we don't. Well, they're like, we're getting a lot of flack for that. Can you take that down? And I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? And they're like, no. They're like, can you take it down? And I'm like, well, I tell you what, I'm not gonna shop here if I take it down, but I'll make it right with you. And they're like, well, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't want nothing, but I want you to let people know that this isn't what it is. And finally they did, and then they got rid of that breeder. But they gave me a free ounce to take that whole thing down. So I did, me being gullible, but I should have left it up, but
no, as long as they make it right though.
They did make it right. Yes, I give them that.
We got to start holding businesses accountable for our dollars. And I ain't finna get into a long drawn out thing.
No, right.
I live here in North Shores, and a certain small engine repair company around the corner from me, they took and trashed my lawnmower, man, my tractor,
man.
And they ain't doing nothing about it. And it's like, I wanted to leave them a review, but they'll be mad at me, and I'm fighting over it. But we should be able to do that so we can help people accountable and do people right.
Yep. The Better Business Bureau was created for a reason. People got ratings for a reason. I mean, you got accreditations for a reason, because it's not just a letter or a number or a symbol behind your name. It builds trust with the community is what it does. And you guys are doing the same thing, and I'm sure there's some kind of accreditations coming in this industry that people are going to develop along the way as the industry folds closer to legalization fully on the federal level, to where somebody's going to be like, okay, you got this stamp behind your name because you're trusted. Maybe it's a platinum level.
That's definitely something that we can all pray on, because right now these boys out here is straight profit chasing, and it's this game. It's worse than the mafia out here. It's worse than the street with them gangsters out here in this game, man. It's straight cutthroat right now. Everybody cutting everybody.
Definitely. And it's gotten to the point, even on the grower side. I mean, just to speak as a grower, I know people that are shutting their lights off and packing their tents up because they can go down and purchase it for cheaper than they can produce it. But me, I'm diehard. I don't care how much it's going to cost me to grow it. I'm going to grow it myself because I know what's in it. But if I know, I know you guys have a quality product. I've already smoked it in the past, and I like to know that the person that I'm getting it from has as much passion into putting stuff healthy into it, because we consume it into our bodies.
Exactly.
As I do, when you just buy something that somebody, a lot of this stuff ain't even cured properly. They dry it. They dry it,
but they don't cure it.
Think about this. That's why he didn't sell his company years ago. For the same reason. Go back and look at his interviews. He said he didn't want to commercialize the brand like that. And that's all that's going to happen with these for-profit guys. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I really enjoy the medicine, and we're working on a strand right now that's great for PTSD. You know what I'm saying? Man. We tested it out with some veterans. We still working on it. We actually have the plant finally in our facility right now. We're about to mass produce it. You know what I'm saying? Get it tested and work it all out. But we got something, man, that's going to work great, man. That's going to help not just our community, but the country. You know what I'm saying? So we're really working on some really, forward-moving type things, man. More than just trying to get high.
Yep. And I'm advocating a lot for myself, and I want, you brought up a good point here is I'm doing something with a center here in Muskegon. I don't know how far it's reached out yet, but I'm going to mention their name. Maybe you guys can check them out. Maybe if you know somebody. I'm big against opiate addiction. I believe that cannabis is a great alternative. And we fight opiates majorly in this county, majorly. And a friend of mine in high school, right down by all the hotels down there by Mona Lake, he opened up a center called Life Align. It's right in there.
Hey, where you say it's at there?
Right across from Mona Lake, right next to all the hotels right there. They got like a daycare. They got the radio station in there.
Yeah, I know where that's at.
Yep. And we're advocating. We're trying to, it's not like people think it is. It's not ran through the state. It's one of them places where if you want to drop in and you need somebody to talk to, or you want to get off the opiates and get on recovery and sobriety, it's a place for you to go. But the thing is, and that people ain't realizing, is these people that are there, they're cannabis users themselves. Right. And and they're willing to tell you that. They're not against the cannabis. They want people to know that. And so I've been advocating for them and helping them out in this county, because I want people to be able to get on the track, and not only to be healthier, but I don't want you having to relate to the opiates or the painkillers or anything like that, when we can do something naturally right here that came right from our community, and I think that would be great. And I'm not saying it just to be a weirdo or anything like that, but basically
that's real talk. Because so back to what you mentioned, the earlier question about other products. That's why we are not only into the flower. We're working on some gourmet gummies. We ain't coming out with just no regular gummies. We coming out with some bad others.
Man,
some disposable vape carts we working on. We're gonna have some great batter and sauce that we working on. We taking our time with this shit. We working on all premium shit, man. Definitely. And then we also working on other things, to help people get off, like the pills and the, you know what I'm saying? So we working on CBD products, you know what I mean? Shit for pain, and so we got a whole bunch of different products that we working on. We actually coming out with our own THC Kool-Aid line. We taking that shit back to the hood. You know what I'm saying? That old school Kool-Aid flavor shit with the THC in it, with the pack. You take that shit home and put it in that water and that ice and stir it up with that sugar. Bad motherfucker, man. So definitely. We definitely want to play with this and toy with it and have fun with it. But at the same time, we want to try to heal people, man, and get people off shit that's destroying their bodies.
Yep. And I think we're all after that at the end of the day, and we're trying to accomplish the same thing, So With that being said, I got one final question that I ask everybody, and this one is kind of, I guess you'd say you look into your magic 8 ball. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, and where do you see the industry?
I ain't saying nothing. Craig, go ahead. You done heard me fuss this too much.
Oh man, let's see. 5 years. That's a big evolutionary jump in the cannabis industry.
Yes.
I think in 5 years we're probably going to be more in the space where Colorado is now, right?
Okay.
And let me shed a little light on the difference between what the Colorado industry looks like versus what Michigan looks like right now. So, in Colorado, you can go into a dispensary and they've got vending machines. They got consumption where those vending machines are. So it's an expansion of what we have today, some more availability, and Green Room, we're gonna be right in the middle of that.
You're gonna be having the sit-in lounges where you can intertwine liquor and cannabis together. You're gonna be able to come downtown Muskegon and walk and drink a beer and smoke a joint. You know what I mean? You're gonna be able to go into the bar and get a smoothie with CBD and THC in it on the way to work. You feel me? Like,
yes,
it's gonna fit, man. It's gonna, you know what I'm saying? And
definitely,
we want to help put our people in the community in the position to be in those positions, to be those business owners and heading those companies. Y'all live here. Those people coming here, they're gonna be looking for people to run those companies. And with this certification and everything, we're gonna have a pool of you guys. So we trying to make it easy,
Definitely.
Imagine getting that THC infused smoothie sitting out at the beach in the summertime, just kicking back.
Man.
Just feeling.
I tell you what,
and
we got the best beaches.
Pulling up at the dispensary and just shoot at 24 hours while they close. They got a little area where the vending machine at. You come in there, slide your thing in there, grab your eighth and beat it. You know what I'm saying? 12 o'clock at night.
I can't believe. I just can't believe it. And a lot of it's culture shock to me. And it is probably to a lot of the other people because we don't get to leave this area.
Right.
But I'm working towards it. My goal is eventually to get out to California. I got a lot of friends that own farms out there, and I want to see how they do things.
Man, that's gonna blow your mind.
I know. They want to put me up in their guest house and everything. And they're like, "You just got to get here," and I'm like,
"Hey,
man, but with these gas prices, the way they keep going, I don't know. I don't fly, so I'm driving."
My plan is to get out there and get a big ass farm and grow outdoors. A huge
man. You ain't lying. That's my dream, is to get a piece of land.
You can touch the sun out there, bro. Wait till you go, and it's just glistening down on the plants, man.
I know y'all can't. I'm doing this on purpose so y'all can't see the person's name. So, this is a text from a chef, a very well-known and respected chef. Texted me today about doing cannabis-infused dinners, micro-dosing, let you enjoy the experience all the way through. I mean, there's a lot of things on the horizon.
A lot to do with this, bro.
Definitely.
A lot. So here's what let's before we close out, there's a lot going on with this talk about the industry being oversaturated and you can't do this and you can't do that. Listen, this is just like any other industry that then came and then went. They filled it full of lies to deter you guys from putting into it while they sat there and made their money. And then when you finally realize it was a hocus pocus, it was too late. Don't listen to all of that. This is just the tip of this industry, especially here in Michigan, especially in the nation. You have a lot of room in this. Whatever you do, if you think cannabis and if you start on it now, you're going to be wealthy in the next 5 years.
Definitely.
We have a friend who's been a dispensary owner in California for 20 years.
Wow, man, that's impressive. So he got in on Proposition 215 then. right
Yeah.
when it's probably right when it kicked out of the box. Yep.
20 years.
Man,
The good thing
that's
about
impressive.
the good thing
Yeah.
about Muskegon County, they pretty much done got their 15 dispensaries, and they pretty much, as of this moment, they ain't letting nobody else in. So, you know, right now it's a good
And we
time
were
to
wondering
get in.
about that as a community, you know. A lot of people are like, how many more do we need? Like, we've got
Well,
a vast variety.
it was the
And
community.
these are questions sorry, go ahead.
It was the community who you're right. It was the community who asked for this, and it's the community who got it. The city heard their cries, and they had a meeting with the dispensary owners, and somehow they put something together where that's pretty much it for now. But again, they can only be responsible for the city of Muskegon. That's just going to start populating them in the other nearby.
Exactly.
You know, and because hey man, this is what it is. It's enough for everybody. It's not oversaturated. You know, think about what I'm saying with all the little snack shops with cannabis, the eateries, the restaurants, the lunch places, the smoothie places, like the CBD shops, the dog treats for the CBD for the dogs. I'm about to start treating my dogs with CBD, so I want to sell it, right? Like we know it
We
works.
just had a guy on about that. So yeah, definitely. Yep.
It's wide
And
open.
they're using fecal matter,
Yep.
and it's pretty cool. Definitely.
It does.
You know, and
dogs, man. It's like it's good to see your pet be able to get back up and like it's a wonder drug, dude.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Definitely. So before we let you guys off the horn, you know, where can they find you? Where can they find your product? If they have any questions about anything, what's the easiest place to find you guys and connect with you?
Real quick, we have a link tree, right? And if you go to the link tree, that'll link you to everything we got. We have a YouTube channel. We have an Instagram. Instagram is Greenroom 231. We have a Facebook. Facebook is Greenroom Gardens, right, Creighton, LLC. And then we have a YouTube channel that's Greenroom Gardens, LLC. We have a website, which is, what's the website, Creighton?
Greenroomgardens.net.
Greenroomgardens.net. You can go on there. So what we doing with the website, we updating it since we got our license now. Obviously,
Shout out to Patilla.
I love for Bella Soul because they allowed us to put product on their shelves before we had a license through white label. So they were generous enough to let us sell product before we even got legal to do it, and we love them for that.
Wow.
Right now, Bella Soul only has our product, but now that we're a legal entity, we're gonna have a lot of product that we're growing. So we're gonna be going to be putting product in other dispensary sales very soon. The way to keep track of that is through our website. On our webpage, you will be able to find out our locations where our product is, what we have there, and then where to go get it at.
Yep, there's a tab on there that says where to buy.
Yep. And what we'll do is after this live is done, we'll get all this information from you guys. I'll put it in the link down below. Everybody will be able to connect with you guys, find where you guys are at, and it'll be great because we'll send everybody your guys' way. Definitely, you know. I appreciate you guys coming on the show. We appreciate you taking time out of your guys' busy schedule and your evening.
You're gonna have to come to the facility in a couple months, man. It's gonna be something to see.
Definitely. You're gonna have to keep me in the loop. You know, we can do some things. You know, I don't like I talked to this other facility. You know, I'm cautious on what I record, so I'm not gonna give away too much information or too many shots. You know,
I'm been already put it online. Shit, we showing everything.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. Hey, I ain't mad. Be transparent like that is amazing.
Man,
because most people
ain't, man. You know? We ain't scared. We always been getting money. We ain't just start getting no money. We ain't scared of nobody saying nothing because we got security in ourselves. We secure men. We alpha males. We come film everything.
Yep. Definitely. All right. Well, with that being said, we're going to end this show. This is episode 22 of the Organically Blunt Show. Thank you guys for coming on the show and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks.
Man, thanks for having us. Peace. GRG, Green Team. Green Team.